Yeah, so about my work. So I am currently working on a project called the ISP Tutor Project for Independent Science Project. In this project, we are developing a computer software to support students who are doing independent science fair projects, like for science fairs, which a lot of students in the area do. So we are currently on a grant for this project, but a previous project called the TED Tutor Project, we had developed a tutor, unfortunately named TED because there's a lot of confusion between that and the TED Talks. But anyway, fortunately we've changed the name. But we had previously developed the TED Tutor to support students in learning how to design unconfounded or controlled science experiments. And so we had originally developed the tutor based on David Clark's earlier work, showing that students earlier than we thought possible, based on Piaget's work, were able to actually understand the logic of designing controlled experiments. So we took that instruction and converted into tutor form. And one major part of the project was developing individualized learning pathways because we found that students misinterpreted the purpose of the lesson. So students, like from us, it seems pretty clear-cut and simple instruction. You vary the one thing that you're trying to find out about and control other variables. But students often from students who have less experience with experimentation generally would interpret the instruction as trying to make what we call engineering results. So they would we used ramps, they would set up ramps to make the balls roll as far as possible and that kind of thing, and sort of missing the whole point. So we had developed different pathways for instruction based on the kinds of, if students showed that kind of misconception. And so that was the foundation of the ISP tutor. My STEM aha moment really was when we were kind of stumped at one point. We had found that students, some groups of students did really good with this instruction, over 80% of students in some schools had gained understanding of designing good experiments from the instruction, but other schools, maybe 20% of students had shown. So we went into schools and we actually worked one-on-one with students in tutoring sessions, and we recorded the tutoring sessions and we analyzed we transcribed the protocols and we analyzed stuff. And the aha moment, I think one of the major aha moments was when we realized what they were really thinking, because in tutoring, oftentimes the tutor does probably too much of the talking, and it's hard to sort of put yourself in the place of a student. But the key for us, really, and I realized this then, is when you just quite don't understand why a student said something, it doesn't quite make sense. That's really indicative that they have some kind of deeper misconception, and you really have to it's you're like the blind person feeling parts of the elephant, but they say certain things, and you have to sort of figure out what the holistic point of view that a student has is. So yeah, I think that's the major thing. And now that that has happened, I think since then, when I'm looking at student protocols, then that occurs to me what is this specific thing the student says, what does that indicate their deeper understanding is that they're not expressing completely fully?